Hi, I'm Stephanie, and today I'm going to go over my vocabulary lesson. The teacher objective is to use sentence-level context as a clue to the meaning of a word or a phrase. As a review, we're going to review what our word families are, and I'm going to have some questions. We're going to do this on the smart board, and I'm going to have the questions are going to be, what are word families? Then I'm going to ask them, what family does the word dog belong to? What family does the word red belong to? And what about the word pizza? And on the smart board, I'll have like animal family, food family, and color family, and they'll have to tell me which one they all go into. The overview is the purpose and importance is to develop an understanding of unknown words by using context clues, hoping to make them more fluent readers. And the continuity was, last week we learned about word families. Today we will learn about finding the meaning of words using clues and sentences. And in the future, we'll learn to add a prefix to make a new word with a new meaning. The objective is to be able to determine the meaning of new words using the context clues. And as my motivation, I will introduce a context clues video on the smart board.
Context clues are words or phrases around a new word. To help you find the meaning, let's take the word mediocre and put it in a sentence. Yeah. Zach was a mediocre basketball player. He was neither a good player nor a bad player. Yeah. You could say he was somewhere in between. Was he an excellent player? No. Was he a really bad player? No. Was he an average player? Yes. Reading the words and phrases around the new word mediocre. Now you know that mediocre means average. Yeah.
Okay, that was just a little video to show how to find the meanings of new words. Of course, we'll talk about the video and explain what they did and how they determined that. In the lessons that we're going to go over, for the week, I'm going to give them their new vocabulary words. I'm going to show them the flashcards, but I will also put these words on the smart board to where they can write the words down. And this week's words are going to be drowsy, eager, curious, disappeared, and enormous. And what I'm going to do is, as I'm holding these up, I'm going to ask the students if they can tell me what they think each word means. Like, I'll ask them, in their opinion, what do they think enormous means? And then so forth. I'll do it with each of the words. After they try to give me their meaning, we're going to do a new activity to where they can find out what the words actually mean. And we're going to first pair up each student. They're going to be two in a pair, and of course, if there's an extra, we'll do three. Each group will have a set of sentence cards, just like this, with the vocabulary in the sentence. And each student's going to take turns flipping over a card, and they will read the question. And this is an activity I got off the Florida website. Like this one is, wrong one, sorry. I need to go to sleep now because I am very drowsy. And of course, they would ask their partner what they think drowsy means. They would ask them, am I thirsty or tired? And they're supposed to tell us if they think that the word drowsy means thirsty or tired. And if they get it correct, they will get the card, and then they'll move on to the next one, and they'll take turns asking each other until all the cards are read with the vocabulary. So that'll be the first activity to see if they can determine the words by just sentence context. Okay, and the next activity that we will do is we're going to do this kind of as an individual group, but I'm going to go around and observe them doing this. And this is what my special needs students will be doing also. It's a context clues video or worksheet. And the special needs students will be working in the back with a paraprofessional or myself. And I will go around to help the students that need it also. They'll just read the sentence, and it says, he can blank the door. And there's two words, and it's he can only the door or he can open the door. So they will have to determine which word fits the sentence just by using the context clues in the sentence. And like the next one is, she will take that blank her. She will take will her, or she will take that with her. And so they'll just continue to do this until they, finish it. And if they have any questions, of course, I'll be walking around to help them. Of course, once everybody's done, I'll let them know how good they've done. And, if they need any help, we'll pull them to the side and make sure they get the extra help. And as far as my closure, we're going to use the smartboard again. And we're going to go over the vocabulary words that we did. And I'm going to ask them, how can you find out the meaning of a word other than using a dictionary? And of course, they'll tell me that you can read this whole sentence and use the clues around it to determine what the word means. Then I will also ask the students to choose a word that fits in the new sentence, which will be, the big red blank arrived at the burning house to put the fire out. And I want them to determine this just by using the clues in the sentence. And of course, they'll tell me the big red fire truck arrived at the burning house. And as we're doing this, we're going to write the sentences on the board, and then I'm going to have the students come up with their own sentences to kind of help them out too. And so we can all learn new sentences and new words. For homework, I'm going to have them do a context clues worksheet. And this is going to be for a grade. They'll turn this in the next day for a grade. And what they'll do is they'll read the sentence, and it says, I had to set my alarm before the first day of school. And the underlined word is alarm. So on the line, they will put alarm, and they will tell me what they think alarm means. And of course, they'll finish this for a grade. As far as my early finishers goes, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to have a worksheet for them or anything. I want them to kind of use their own knowledge of reading and learning about words that they necessarily may not know that maybe another student knows. So what I'll have them do is go to the reading center and pick out a book of their choice. And then I'm going to take it back to their desk, and they're going to read the book. They're also going to have a sheet of paper, and any words in the book that they do not necessarily know, I want them to write the word down, and then I want them to tell me what they think it means. And then, of course, I'll come around and help them out, and then, we'll see how good they did on that. We went over the special needs. They're going to be doing the context clues. And for my remediation, this will be done while the other students are working on, early finishers work or their assignment still. And this will be done by me or a paraprofessional. I'm going to do a word meaning game, and it looks like this. And of course, you can already have the sentence strips cut out with the words at the bottom. And what you will do is you will take one sentence strip. We'll just take this first one. And it says, the green toad hopped into the pond. The word in red, there's a word out of the list here, out of the little group that can replace toad. And they will have to look at all the words. And of course the words are flag, house, number, look, frog, and large. So they will have to see which word would sound correct in this sentence to replace toad. And they would of course choose frog. So we would take frog and we would glue it over toad. And the new sentence would read, the green frog hopped into the pond. And then we will go to the next sentence. The camper's shelter was a tent. Of course, once again, they'll look at the words flag, large, house, number, and looked. The only word that will fit is house. So they will take that and they will glue house in. The new sentence would read, the camper's house was a tent. And they will continue to do this until it's all done. This is just for some extra help on the ones who still aren't understanding the context clues of the sentence. As far as my enrichment goes, when the students are done with all their work, they've done the early finishers work and everything, and they've done everything correctly, I will allow my students to go work on the computer on the website. It's called tuneuniversity.com. And there is a words and context game. And what the words are, you'll play the game, you'll hit on here, and there's ducks that walk across the screen, and there's like a little target. And you'll read the sentence. It says, Randy wanted to groom his dog. The word in red is what we're trying to figure out the meaning to. So it says, which is the correct definition for the word in red? The word is groom. And it's, number 1 is a man getting married, or number 2 is fix up. So of course we know it's a man getting married. So that's number 1. They look up here for the number 1 duck, and they will hit it. Why it turned out wrong, I have no idea. Which is the correct definition for the word in red? Shower. Given, many, or clean. So it would be 2. I do not understand why this is not working. Anyways, it should be the correct word. I don't know why it's not working correctly, but you should click on the duck that is the correct one. So that is what we will do here. Slip would be 1, lose balance. Let's try it again. See if it'll work this time. Okay, I guess you have to hit the duck in the correct spot for it to work. But either way, that is how this game will work. They will just continue to do this until they go through all the new words. And of course, we could set this up to where you can put your own vocabulary words in. So that is what they will do for enrichment. And of course, I will always be here to help them, and so will the paraprofessional in case they need any extra help. And that is my vocabulary lesson.